It is July 31st, and I want to take you on a little tour of the garden, little update on what's going on in here. Everything's going crazy, and I'm loving this. I planted these yellow zucchinis that I bought from the store because I was worried that all my other yellow zucchinis were going to produce, and these are really yellow. They're like orange. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 plants here, and all of them are doing great. I do have a big ant problem here in the garden. As you can see, they're everywhere, so we'll see how long we can keep up. This artichoke is being farmed by aphids, or the ants are farming the aphids on here, and I'm just gonna let them because I don't know. I feel like it's a trap plant to keep the ants off of everything else. I have these baby boo pumpkins down here. There's going to be some white pumpkins and orange pumpkins, and you can see they're already coming in. So I'm going to have pumpkins in August. Yeah, there's going to be a ton. There's some there, and there was also some really pretty ones down here. They're so cute. They're going to be little tiny ones. I need to plant some sugar pie pumpkins because my goal is to plant or to make a homemade pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving this year. All of these are, I think these are my sugar pie pumpkins or some more baby boos. I'm not sure. Pretty sure those are the white ones and these are the orange ones, and they're kind of taking a little while to catch up. I planted a random zucchini plant just down here to, you know, just get it away from the other plants to see how it did. This garden is just full of experiments. I have some mini bell peppers in here. This one's ready to pick. I've got mini bell peppers. These are some bigger California Wonder bell peppers. These are some Cal Wonder peppers. I have tons of serranos on these plants. I planted way too many serranos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants down here, and I have at least 4 more plants over my pepper bed. I'll show you in a minute. This corn was planted after that corn, maybe 2 weeks after, and it is tall. It's loving this like being spread out. I feel like it's way taller than the other bed. I do notice a lot of ants on it, but we will see how that goes. This bed was all flowers. I planted these zinnias and these cosmo plants from the beginning, and then I sprinkled a bunch of seeds in here for other types of plants, but they haven't come up, or other types of flowers, but they haven't come up, so we'll see what's going on with those. I might have to buy some plugs and just put them in to get some more flowers for this season. I have, what's over here? Spaghetti squash and butternut squash. The butternut squash is growing through the spaghetti squash plant. This spaghetti squash is producing some pretty big spaghetti squashes. There's 2 or 3 in there right now. And then over on the other end of the bed, I have a watermelon, 2 watermelon plants. One of them is a crimson sweet watermelon, and I believe the other one is a strawberry watermelon. The strawberry watermelon will have kind of longer melons, and the crimson sweet will be these little tiny circle, little round watermelons. This bean bed over here has been doing really great. I just wish more people ate beans because it's loaded and I haven't picked any, so I need to come through, clean it out, give it a chance to keep going. I made half the bed, just left it as these bush plants because these are a bush variety, and then I made this big trellis thing, and it looks like they're going up it, so I'll just let it keep going. But I don't know, I think I'll try a pole bean variety next time so that they are kind of over and hanging, but we'll see. All these cantaloupe plants have some cantaloupes on them. These are all cantaloupes all along the side over here. This one has 1 on it. These honeydew melon plants that I planted, something got to them and they're just not doing good at all. But the corn looks great. We actually picked one and it's beautiful. I'm just waiting for the ears to kind of slant out a little bit more to know that it's ready. Over here is another flower bed. This one's the one that I've been picking all my bouquets out of. I have some candy cane zinnias in here. I've got some dahlias that are being eaten up by the ants. I have a lot of snapdragons. Next year I need to find a way to trellis them up because these stems that go to the side and then grow up, these like bent stems, are not ideal for commercial growing, which I kind of want to dip into, but I also kind of want to stay small. And I just want to grow them in a way where it is the right way. So I don't want to get into bad habits and then decide to change paths. So I just want to grow them right from the beginning. All these are cosmos. They still haven't budded yet, but I know that's coming because these tops have been growing really tall, and it's supposed to be like a 3 foot tall plant, and it's there. My zucchini bed wasn't looking too great 2 weeks ago. It was very yellow, very much like these leaves over here, kind of getting a lot of powdery mildew. I gave them a good dose of fish emulsion and banana and coffee infused fertilizer, and now the leaves are beautiful. It's starting to produce again. There's some zucchini down there. There's some zucchini in there. So I'm very happy with how this is going. I believe I have some patty pan squash or some scallop squash growing in over here. I'm just stoked on how this one's going. It has slowed down in production in the last 2 weeks, but we'll get back to it. I have my cucumber bed over here that doesn't look too great. I just gave it a good dose of bone meal. It got some fish emulsion last week. I have had an issue with these little ladybugs that have no spots on them. I'm trying to figure out if it's the Asian beetle that kind of attacks cucumber and squash plants, but we'll see. But I do have quite a bit of cucumbers in here. Here's some big ones, some babies, some lemon cucumber pods in here. They're ready to pick. Over here, I have 3 eggplant plants and a lot of okra. And the okra is finally coming in. I have a lot of, oh my gosh, there's an eggplant. I didn't even see that in here, but I've been seeing a lot of these flowers. I had no idea that was in here. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I have a few marigold plants in here and a lot of this purslane. It's a wild weed that grows, but it's very, very high in nutrients, so I need to pick some and eat some. But all these okra plants are producing now, so I'm very excited about that. Next up is my pepper beds. Well, I have the squirrelinator set up with some cat food in here, so hopefully we'll get some squirrels in here because I know they've been in here chomping on some stuff. I have a bunch of mini bell peppers in here, some chile güeros, some bell peppers. What else is in here? Some more serranos. No, those are jalapenos. Mini bells. What else? I have a lot of shishitos over here. I am so happy with these. These have been so delicious this year. I am not selling any of these because they're all mine. I plan on replacing all these serrano plants with shishitos next year because these serranos are producing like crazy, but we're not eating them. It's just too much to eat. I'm not a big spicy fan either, so that was my mistake. I've got some jalapeno plants in here. I haven't seen any jalapenos yet. I stand corrected. Look at that. Jalapenos. I plan on making a lot of poppers this year. I've got some more chile güeros here, more shishitos, and more shishitos. And last but not least is the tomato bed. I just pruned back this bed, and I've got a lot of Romas in here. More Romas. Some beefsteak tomatoes in here. More Romas and a lot of cherry tomatoes. This is a sweetheart cherry tomato, and then this is more of a large red cherry tomato. They're ripening up pretty good right now. This side I didn't prune up too much except this row over here. This one's way easier to pick from, but as you can see down deep in here, there's all kinds of cherry tomatoes. I've got a lot of yellow pear tomatoes out here that are nice and ripe, and I need to cut this all back because it's just so hard to get in here to pick any because I can see them ripe in there, but one, it's a little sketchy to stick your arm in there, and two, it's just sucking up all the plant's nutrients, trying to grow all these branches. I want it to focus more on tomato production. So that is the garden, you guys. Isn't this amazing? I never knew I could do this, and it's such a big difference in this entire month from July 1st to now July, was it 30th, 31st, to just see the growth through here is just wild to me. It's I just walk out here and I get so distracted by all the things. 1, by the problems, and 2, by the solutions, and 3, by the excitingness of watching all this come to life. But thanks for coming, you guys. I hope you guys loved the tour.